What is up, guys? Jimmy or Chaos, welcome back. The other day I put up a video covering a lot of different games. I covered the Fallout 76 trailer, Lego Supervillains, Fortnite shopping carts, stuff like that. And I asked you guys if you enjoyed this type of content from time to time where we expanded out of just the normal gaming top 10s in Fortnite. Let me know. And you guys showed a lot of love on that video. So that is exactly what we're doing here. And in the future, I'm going to be covering games and talking about games with you guys that I think can compete in the Battle Royale genre. Because, listen, I don't think that Fortnite's biggest competition is PUBG. I don't think it's H1Z1. I really don't. I think Fortnite has established itself above those, and I don't think unless there's this drastic change in their actual gameplay and their meta and everything about them that they can make up that ground. I'm not saying they're not good games, I just don't think either one of those is going to be able to top Fortnite. What I think is going to happen is it's going to be a game that you haven't seen yet. And if you're a Battle Royale fan, you should be excited because this fall, at the end of this year, you're gonna see so many juggernauts and developers and studios you've never heard of vying for that Battle Royale title, trying to get a piece of that pie from Fortnite. And it's good for the consumer because we're gonna have all these different options to play. And I love Fortnite. I play it every single day. But I would be lying if I said there doesn't come a point in a gamer's life where they get tired of the current and they want something new and fresh. That's just how it works. That's how the gaming ecosystem works. So there's gonna come a point where there's this perfect storm and there's gonna be a Battle Royale game come out that is going to take on Fortnite head on. So I thought it would be fun to cover some of those coming up. Today, we're gonna talk about Fear the Wolves, the Battle of Chernobyl. That's right, it is a Battle Royale game that is coming out. We're gonna discuss it here in a second. What you're seeing on the screen right now is not gameplay from that. It's gameplay from a game called Escape from Tarkov, but it has that vibe for what we're going to talk about with Fear the Wolves. I'm going to show you guys some screenshots of it as we talk about it, and I think this one could really be something special if it's done right, because from what I've read, it's pretty unique. So we're going to discuss it here in a second. I'm going to show you a bunch of screenshots of it, and there's going to come a point where a modern military type shooter is going to go up against Fortnite if they do things dynamically, if they do things to catch people's attention, and I don't think it's PUBG. I think it's going to be something else. Also, I only put this on Twitter last week. I didn't tell you guys on YouTube. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Let me get it in the camera here. Control Freaks, Black Ops 4 FPS Freaks. They're available for pre-order right now. I'll put a link in the description. Obviously, promo code ChaosX Silencer gets you guys a discount. And let me know if you pre-order them. I know a lot of you collect all the Control Freak thumbsticks, so check that out. Now, let's talk about Fear the Wolves, which is a Battle Royale, 100-man Battle Royale that is set in Chernobyl. If you don't know what Chernobyl is, it's this nuclear fallout town. You know what Chernobyl is. Everybody knows what Chernobyl is. So let's talk about it and let's read on it. A Battle Royale is everywhere, but just because the genre continues to boom doesn't mean it has to be stale. That's where the post-apocalyptic title Fear the Wolves comes in, officially releasing later this year and bringing it with a unique take on the Battle Royale craze. So, like I said, if something's going to take on Fortnite and PUBG, it's going to have a unique take, which is hard to do because, I mean, most everything's been done. So according to the developers over at Vostok Games, survive the post-apocalyptic danger zone of Fear the Wolves, the upcoming competitive Battle Royale FPS by Stalker veterans, Vostok Games. The game drops players in squads or as lone wolves into the oppressive environment of a radiation-ravaged Chernobyl. Now, the classic Battle Royale mode forces them to fight to be the last man standing out of 100 fighters, while another mode to be unveiled later on with a twist. But none of that is unique, right? Everything I just told you is what we know, right? I mean, 100-man, you can go in as a lone wolf, you can go in squads. So let's go on and see what makes this thing unique, what makes this thing catch my eye. And no, I'm not sponsored by these people. I've never talked to these people. I just saw an article on it. I started reading, and I was like, that actually sounds pretty interesting. All right, players will be tasked with trying to survive the hostile environments, not just other players. Dangerous weather. Okay, so think about the Fortnite storm, but think on another level. Think about storms, wind gusts, lightning storms, floods, blizzards, things like that. The purpose of these features are to force players into surviving by adapting. Those unwilling to adapt will not make it. The team also added about how exactly Fear the Wolves hopes to break the mold, which they're gonna have to do. If you do what everybody else is doing, you're just gonna wash under the bridge, all right? They say, every game is made truly unique by the irregular and unpredictable spread of deadly radiation, which of course is Chernobyl, which organically closes in on the players with different stages of toxicity. So it's like the storm, or it's like the safe zone, or the poison gas zone from PUBG. So let's keep going. Safety is rarely certain, and to adapt, players will need to read the environment to determine when it is no longer wise to remain in the area. So what I get from that is maybe you're in the woods, right? And then the hue of the horizon changes, or things start to change on the trees where it looks like it's cooking or something, and you have to be able to visually confirm that and say, you know what, I got to get out of here. Maybe they don't tell you that it's actually happening. Between all of this, other players, tight shooting mechanics, and an arsenal of guns and melee weapons at your disposal, no two matches are the same. There is an even bigger reveal slated next month at E3, so we're gonna actually get to see this thing, including more video-related action. Until then, they've got a few screenshots. I'll put a link in the article to comicbook.com for this article that we're reading off of. They say that Fear the Wolves will release on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 later this year. No classification if it's going to be on the Switch or not, but those three will definitely have it. And PC is supposed to be getting it as an early access title as well. So if you look at a few of the screenshots, and I know, screenshots, you take them with a grain of salt because they can make screenshots look amazing. But just looking at the screenshots that I'm showing you guys on the screen right now, it looks a lot like this Escape from Tarkov. It looks like it could be something cool. So what I'm hoping from this thing is that they really wind up the environmental changes. We're talking, now you have the storm in Fortnite, but it's predictable. It's super predictable, very predictable. What they're saying is they're gonna make it where it's not predictable. On top of the deadly radiation coming from Chernobyl, there's gonna be environmental things that you're gonna have to deal with. I'm hoping that means that all of a sudden a blizzard comes up and it totally takes your field of view or field of vision down to like 5 feet in front of you, or a rainstorm, or a tornado, or anything like that that completely throws everybody off their game and makes it where it's not predictable. That could be something that could make this stand out and break the mold, because that's what they're talking about having to do. They know they have to break the mold or it's going to be a waste of time, because Fortnite has such a foothold in the Battle Royale genre right now that it's anchored in. You're gonna have to do something to wow the gamers to get them off of that. But I promise you, there's gonna come this rotation where the cartoony, the build style and everything, it's good, but there's gonna be a lot of people that want something solid that's like a modern military shooter, like more like a PUBG, if you will, but way more defined, way more smooth, way more everything, if you will. And that's why I don't think that PUBG is going to be the one to come back and take Fortnite off the throne. I think it's going to be a new one you guys have not seen yet, and I haven't seen yet either. Who knows? It could be Fear the Wolves, or it could be one of many others that are coming. Obviously, we have Black Ops 4 and Blackout. I think that's going to be something way different than Fortnite and PUBG, but we'll have to wait on that. Maybe we'll cover that when we have more details. But if you guys want me to fish out and cover more upcoming Battle Royale games that I think could take on Fortnite and PUBG to actually wrestle away some of that watch time in those players, that player base, let me know. We can make this like a once a week series if you want, but I thought this one was cool, and it could end up being crap. It could end up being trash, but it sounds cool. And if the screenshots actually correlate into the gameplay, it's gonna be a beautiful game regardless. You guys, let me know what you think. If you're enjoying this type of content that's not necessarily gaming top 10s, it's not necessarily Fortnite, definitely let me know in the comment section. Drop a like. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have been showing on the channel. It is, every day is like a new record or a new achievement with the channel, and it's because of you guys. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to get your Black Ops 4 pre-order on your Control Freaks. I hope they're not sold out by the time I made this video. They shouldn't be, but link is in the description. I'll see you guys soon.